Welcome back to the Asylum. I'm Kane.
I'm Deshaun.
And we are the Arkham Inmates. And today we are back. Why are you copying me? We are back for a brand new classic Arkham Inmates video. And we are back for a top 10. And this time we are going to be doing the top 10 DC supervillains. So the baddest of the bad motherfuckers of DC. Who is the top 10? Who's the number one spot? Who is the worst spot in the top 10? DC is known to have probably some of the best villains ever. Mainly from Batman. Batman's got one of the best rogues gallery in comic book history. And we tried to keep it away from Batman. Just so we have a couple Batmans on there just so we can keep it, because some of his villains are the best of the best. What do you keep staring at me for? Why are you looking at me?
I said that a couple days ago, and you disagreed with me.
No, you said, is DC have the best villains over Marvel?
I said, is it fair to say that they have better villains over Marvel?
Better villains over Marvel. No, I wouldn't say better.
But you just said arguably they have the best villains.
I would say that DC has some of the best villains. That's what I said. I would say that DC has some of the best villains ever made.
Over Marvel.
That doesn't mean that Marvel is less. I would say they're equal. I agree that they are equal. They both have perfect renditions of each other if you go with the cancel out system. Okay. But that's not this video, okay? That could be another video for your bitch ass. So, we are going to be doing a top 10 of the DC supervillains. So, let's...
I'm not doing anything anymore.
Right, shut up. Let's get into it. Alright, so we are going to get into the top 10, but as we always do beforehand, we are going to get into the honorable mentions. So we have two honorable mentions of characters that...
Honorable mentions?
Yeah, two characters that didn't make it to the list just because they didn't either have all of the personality or all the gumption of a supervillain that we're looking for in the top 10.
They're
or
cripples.
they're not cripples. They cripple people. But we're going to get into the first honorable mention. Alright, so the first honorable mention is going to be Black Adam. Now,
blacks go to the back.
No, alright, Jay. Black Adam is the first honorable mention, and this is only because, yes, he is a very great supervillain for Shazam in the Justice League, and he is a bad motherfucker to play with, very powerful, but he kind of stays to himself. Like, he doesn't leave his country, and whenever he does, it's usually out of the benefit of himself for the country. He's kind of like Doom. He just stays in Latveria, like that, and for, Black Adam to really be coaxed into fighting, you kind of have to meet him on his own terms. So he is a very big villain, supervillain-esque, but he just doesn't leave his area, and he doesn't do things without it benefiting Black Adam. So that's kind of why he's an honorable mention. So we're
honorable mention.
Yeah. So we're gonna get into the second honorable mention before the top 10. All right, so now we are getting on to the second honorable mention. Can you shut the fuck up? Honorable mention. So we are now getting to the second one, and this one is Doomsday, which Doomsday is just oh my god,
fucking steroid
monster machine that can't die because every time you kill him, he comes back and can't be killed the same way. Just an endless battle for Superman or for whoever, the Justice League or whoever goes off. Against him. Yeah, anybody wants to smoke with him.
For whomever.
Cool, Jay. Cool. Basically, with Doomsday, he just has no personality. I know there's some portrayals where he does have a brain, he does talk, he does get smarter, but he's basically just this killing machine.
I want kill.
If you ever seen The Death of Superman or Superman Doomsday, both have him defeating Doomsday and have him going to the basically ends of the ropes with it, like almost dying or basically dying to Doomsday.
If you've seen
so
Superman and Lois, like you should.
Oh yeah, Doomsday's in that one.
They did a good Doomsday in that one.
Oh, I know they did a good Doomsday in Krypton too. He's just not. He doesn't have enough depth to be on the top 10. So, but that is the honorable mention. So we are gonna get into.
Mentions.
Oh my god, we are gonna get into now the DC supervillain top 10. Alright, so for our 10th spot, this is the worst of the list, but that doesn't mean he's bad or anything. He's just not as good as everyone.
Still fucking top 10, so if you're watching this, John, don't
oh my god, yeah.
cream yourself or whatever the fuck.
He is the top 10, so this is General Zod. We wanted him on the list just because I think it's mainly the Man of Steel performance. Yeah. Michael Shannon's performance of Zod and him just being like, this is my only purpose, is to serve Zod. I will find him! Like, having Michael Shannon's performance really bring it out.
What you have taken from me.
I trained all my life. Where did you train? On a farm? But yeah, that's mainly what it is. He's a great supervillain, and he really only cares about himself and Krypton
and now
yeah.
I have no people.
No people. It's what you're gonna watch them die.
I will find him.
Yeah, it's mainly just because of Michael Shannon. So that he's got to be on the list, top 10, and especially in the comics too. Zod is a fucking menace, so he's number 10. So let's move on to number 9. All right, so number 9, the 9th spot, goes to someone that we don't really see too often just because he's trapped in eternal hell because of Raven, but Trigon. Now, Trigon, if he does get let out, it's the end of days. Yeah, it's over.
So it's like, where's John Constantine?
Yeah, right. It's the end of days. I remember watching Dark Apocalypse, and dear Lord, when Trigon enters Superman, possesses his body, oh, it's over. They're like, no, he can't let him. He'll be this. It's like, who's going to beat Darkseid? Like, it's one of those things like, fuck. Like, Trigon, if he does get let out, it's over. It's kind of like with, in Marvel, like, Ragnarok. Like, there is no actually escaping Ragnarok. So having Raven just keep her father at bay the whole time, it makes her character even better. But we never see him. They never let him out. Exactly. We never see him get let out. And when he does, it's usually the end of a comic line and he wins. Yeah. So, but he is probably one of the baddest supervillains that DC has to offer, so we had to give him some praise. So, number 9. But moving on to number 8. All right, in the number 8th spot for DC's supervillain, we have Brainiac. And now this is another one. If we get copyrighted just for that, I swear to God. But Brainiac, we have this just because Brainiac is very personality-based. He is just a conquering, taking all knowledge from all civilizations and just conquering. And he really has no other personality. Is he a robot?
Yeah, it's like...
Or a cyborg, or like he's like an AI, right?
AI kind of thing.
Yeah, he's just very like, I will take your planet over. And like, but he is really cool. Like the giant skull ship is really sick. The crazy tentacles and stuff. Him controlling people, the mind control. Brainiac is a force to be reckoned with. But compared to the other people on this list, he's just not very like, if you think of Superman villain or Justice League villain, you do not think of Brainiac. But he is up there in power level, in scaling and conquering. So, it just fits. And I think he's better than Zod and Trigon. We see him more often. And also, if you played like Injustice 2, or if you played Suicide Squad Killed the Justice League, their main villain is Brainiac. So he does get used. But, he's pretty far on the list. So, let's move on to number 7. All right, number 7 on the list of our top 10. We're closing in closer to the top 5. Number 7 might be a little bit of a hot take. You guys might not like us for this, but we do have a reasoning. Number 7 is Darkseid. Yep. Now, yes, we know Darkseid is the main villain of Justice League. Yep. He is the main honcho. He's one of the most powerful villains of DC.
He's very Viltrumite coded, though.
Yes, but here's the thing. There's no depth.
Yep.
There is no, he was raised in a child and, he wanted to conquer, or, it's not like Thanos to where he wants to court death and he wants to do... He's literally just I'm Darkseid, I'm God, I'll conquer all. It's like Brainiac. He just wants to conquer. And if you step in his way, he'll kill you. Now, I will say this. He's got aura for days. I mean, that motherfucker, you remember... I forgot what it was. It might have been Justice League Unlimited, but where Darkseid leaves because he just agrees. He's like, yeah, you can have your planet. And the one dude's just like, get out of here, you mangy. And he just looks and does the Omega beam and kills him. You remember that? Yeah. And then Superman's like, but it's like that one New Yorker, you had to say something. He let New York live because he's Darkseid. But there's no depth. There's nothing. He still has some personality. Darkseid is a very scary, scary villain, but there's no fun to him. There's no ooh, I can't wait for them to do Darkseid. Even when Snyder was leaning towards Darkseid, I was like, who cares? Darkseid is the big bad, but it's just there's so many better villains and more depth to these villains. So he sits at number 7. Let's move on to number 6. All right, moving on to number 6. So for the 6th spot, we have Vandal Savage, and a lot of people. I will say he's more of an obscure character, but he is a huge villain with the Justice League and the Justice Society. He is definitely a savage. That motherfucker is evil as fuck. He is very sadistic. He does not give a fuck about anybody. He is super strong, and he's a very, very worthy opponent. He has taken on the likes of Superman, Batman. He's a bad motherfucker, and he's also super classy with it. He's like Shaw. He's very just like, oh, whatever. I'll just kill you all. Like he's very. Does he have mind control? It's not mind control, is it? He's immortal. Yep. So he's immortal. He's also super fucking strong, super powerful, and he's also intelligent as fuck. Like super smart. Long ass life. Yeah. So beating him is not easy. But he also has a lot of like, I love his backstory of caveman with the meteorite coming up. He knows all these languages. It's like Ra's al Ghul. Like it's one of those things to where he's just a mean motherfucker, sadistic as fuck, and he doesn't really care about anything about himself and just gaining more and more and more power. And anybody that steps in his way just is getting decimated. But he's also very classy with it. He's got his own like set of rules with it. He's very he actually is very what's it like when you respect your opponent? Like very like if you dropped your sword, you can pick it back up.
Sportsmanship.
Yeah, good sportsman. He believes in like a challenge of like hey, a fair fight. Like he's very got some structure to the character. So he's not quite top 5, but he should be on the top 10 list for DC. So moving on to the top 5 DC supervillains. All right, so for the top 5 DC supervillains, we are now getting to the GOATs. We are now getting to the best of the best. Yep. So for number 5, sitting at the lowest ranked of it, we have Sinestro. Yep. Sinestro is a GOAT. He is a bad motherfucker. He is one of those dudes that you just do not cross.
He's mean for no reason.
And I think the movie did not do him well. I like that he's very strict. He's very harsh. But the Fear Core is one of the most powerful cores that the Lanterns fight constantly. He barely helps anybody, and he only helps if, like, the planet or his core is being taken over, or something like that where it benefits. Just kind of like the rest of these villains. They only switch sides when it benefits them, and he rarely does. But if we're talking power level, I mean, the Green Lantern Corps is already super powerful, but any of the like anything of their will. Like, most of the humans, even heroes have fear, so he can feed on that 24/7. So he's honestly unstoppable in most comics. Like, it's another one of those things where they either have to do a deal with Sinestro or someone has to sacrifice to fucking fight Sinestro. Sinestro is a bad motherfucker, and he's also pretty mean. He's pretty sadistic. He gets his way. He will do whatever it takes for his core. So, and I believe he's more iconic than the other ones, like the Yellow Ring, him going against Green Lantern.
Not more iconic like Darkseid. But.
No, well, I would say in like if you had a name like villains, like he's very colorful, the bright yellow, the ring, him being the red alien.
You mean if you asked like a random person on the street?
I'd be like, if you showed Darkseid and Sinestro, they'd be like, they would know that more. I feel like he's just that iconic look.
Okay, I agree with that.
But a Darkseid, I would say as a villain though, more iconic. But yeah, Sinestro's got to be top 5.
Yeah.
But let's move on closer to the top 3. Number 4. All right, so for the 4th spot, number 4, we have Deathstroke. This motherfucker, Slade Wilson, should not be messed with at all.
He's fucking obsessive for no reason.
If you've seen the Teen Titans episode, he ran right past you. Like, Slade is a menace. If you've seen his hand-to-hand combat, insane.
He goes toe-to-toe with Batman.
Toe-to-toe with Batman all the time. He's beaten Batman a couple of times. And his obsession, of course, he is obsessed with the Teen Titans, obsessed with Batman, obsessed with Green Arrow, obsessed with everybody. And he is super like, if you beat me, I will... Actually, funny enough, My Hero Academia is like, Bakugo, like, I will not lose, He'll be fine if he moves. It's one of those things to where Slade he's also an assassin. So, like, is he a part of the League of Shadows? Okay, that's what I thought. He's one of those people that, like, he will get in and get out. You will not know he's there.
One of my favorite things about him is the Batman games where Deadshot is fucking, like...
Oh, he shoots the sword. Yeah.
And then he turns around, but he already
knows exactly where he is. And he's like, I also, that choreography from that game, oh my god. Like, it's so good. Also, Slade, I love, like, Ron Perlman voiced him in Teen Titans, but I just love how calm he is. Always. He's always like, I will beat you. Like, he only gets angry with Batman, because Batman will give him a run for his money. But I also, like, he's sneaky as fuck. Like, you will not know he's there. I mean, we gotta give it to him. Deathstroke is one of the meanest motherfuckers in it. Hand-to-hand combat, assassin training, League of Shadows. He is on par with Batman with hand-to-hand. So, you gotta give it to him. Now, the only reason he's not up there is because our top 3 are pretty nasty motherfuckers. So that is the number 4. So now we are going to move on to the top 3 best DC supervillains. All right, these 3, well, maybe the top 2 can be mixed and matched. It really depends on everybody. But these 3 are probably the most iconic, most insane, most diabolical, fucking sadistic, obsessive DC villains that there are, and also iconic. I mean, you know these motherfuckers. So number 3, I think it fits just because of the other 2 that we have. But number 3 is none other than Lex Luthor. 1A! Like, if we've seen all the portrayals, he has been like the president, where he's super like calculated and cold and malice, but also super, you can't trust the motherfucker on anything. He is also extremely brilliant, one of the most brilliant minds of DC.
The leader of the night.
Yeah, he also created the boom tube, which he can now go to any dimension possible and control it. His mech suit, the fucking green mech suit that's literally harnessed by kryptonite, insane. His obsession of Superman.
Dude,
Dear God. Yeah, dear God. Also his obsession of power and being the smartest in the world. Insane. But he also, like, he's a very tragic character. He's a very broken character. He has a lot of layers. He does help. He does do things. Also, being LexCorp, he's also an arms dealer. He's also, like, and also, if you look at all the portrayals, like, James Gunn Superman, he's like, what did he say? He was like, I didn't help the war to then kill you. No, I didn't kill you so that I could have this country beat this country. I started the war so that I could kill you. Like, I forgot what it was in the movie, but he literally started the war with that country and invaded them just so he could kill Superman. That was it. He doesn't even care about the country. And different portrayals of like that, but also I remember him creating that mech suit and like him just when he killed Superman too. Like, I remember that. Also, if you kind of go in with the Zack Snyder verse of Jesse Eisenberg, where he's just like, oh my God, they're gonna fight, and he's like, this is grandma's peach tea, and like,
fucking,
you know, him being a weird ass fucking psycho. But I get what Snyder was doing of the comic line. But yeah, Lex Luthor is just a menace, a fucking menace. You do not want to cross him, but he's just not on par with these next 2. So moving on to the second DC supervillain. All right, number 2. Now, you can mix and match 1 and 2. I think it's just based off of iconicness is what we really base it on. But number 2 is probably the most pettiest, sadistic motherfucker there is. We have Reverse Flash.
Professor Zoom.
Eobard
Thawne.
Thorn. I thought it was Thorn.
Thawne.
Yeah, Thawne. This motherfucker is the definition of obsession and pettiness.
Did you see that one thing where he was like crying? It was like a comic strip I saw once. He was like crying to Flash about something because of the obsessiveness he has with Flash. I forget why he was fucking crying. I'll have to show it to you later.
Yeah. I mean, but other than that, I mean, we have so much ammo in this dude. Like, he went back to kill Flash's mom. We already know that. Yeah. But he also went back to literally hit this. You can look this up. He literally went back on Flash's 9th birthday and hit ice cream out of his hand. He literally. And literally, Flash is like, I remember my 9th birthday where I dropped my ice cream cone, but I had a grip on it. It wasn't. It was literally Reverse Flash. Went back on fucking... Who does that? He went back on his 9th birthday to smack the ice cream out of fucking Barry's hand. That is insane. Like...
It
God,
was me, Barry.
It was me, Barry, all on. And in the memes of like, I made you come at the first touch of a woman, Barry. Yeah. It was me. And then, I mean, honestly, one of the best DC animated movies, The Flashpoint Paradox. I mean, absolutely
Flash,
amazing.
the TV show season 1.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
I mean, also the actor.
Yeah.
Perfect fucking
He's fucking
Zoom.
awesome.
Yeah, I think...
Dude from Yogi Bear is fucking great.
Yeah, That's crazy fucking callback. What the hell? Hey, yo, boo boo. You want to pick in a basket?
That's honestly how I knew him. When I saw he
Really?
was casted.
I never even knew him from that. I knew him as Zoom, and then I watched later.
Yeah.
I watched the Yogi Bear movie later.
I
I'm
was
like,
a kid,
holy
I
fuck,
saw
that's Zoom.
Yogi
And he's
Bear.
nice in the movie, too. He's kind of like, hey, and it's weird. But, dude, I think if we're talking pettiness, number one. I don't think there's any character more petty than Zoom.
Yeah.
He is also, I mean, if we're talking evil, very sadistic, evil motherfucker. Also super powerful. If you watch like the Flashpoint Paradox after that, like when Thomas Wayne shoots him, he literally speeds his body so fast to prolong his death over and over just so he can go back and retry to stop it. It's insane of his power level and just how much he gives a Flash a run for his money. So he fits nice at number 2. If you have Reverse Flash as like the best DC villain ever, I agree.
Yeah.
It's just obviously if you're a DC fan, you know who's number 1, and that's because of sheer iconicness. But let's move on to number 1, the best DC villain ever made. All right, number 1, the big honcho, Uno. I mean, you know who it is. The clown prince of crime himself, Joker.
Harley
Whoa,
Quinn.
whoa, whoa, whoa! The Joker, the clown prince of crime. I don't think there's anyone more iconic supervillains. I mean, even Marvel. I would say the most iconic supervillain in Marvel is Doom, Doctor Doom, and maybe now Thanos. Joker's leagues above them. I don't think there's... I would say he's more sadistic than Thawne.
Yeah.
I think... What did you just do?
Oh.
What are you doing? What is this bit? No, what is this bit? Why are you still holding your finger like that? You're tweaked. Okay. I really love how there's so many iterations of the Joker. There's so many versions. There's so many voice actors that have done their own interpretation. And it's just every single time they nail it. There's always a great version of him. And you can do anything with the Joker. And it fucking sells. Okay. Well, it is one of the best characters. Best villains, characters, tragedy. You can do so many backstories with him, so many portrayals. Jack Nicholson, Heath Ledger, Joaquin Phoenix, even Jared Leto. Like every single one. He's just one of the most iconic villains ever created. The clown, the laugh, the crazy colors, and I think he just beats Thawne in the sense of like. I think he's more sadistic.
Yeah,
he
craziness
does more
of just
chaotic.
like loony.
There is no
loony.
real.
He's more loony.
Yeah. Like Zoom doesn't go after anybody else other than Flash.
He said Zoom is sadistically calculated.
Yeah.
But Joker is calculated too in a way, but it's more.
He's very smart, but it's chaos.
Yeah, it's just
like. Do you remember? I saw this one thing on Reels, or it was one of those things where they were doing the audios of the Arkham games, and one of the thugs was like, "Joker made me kill my sister," and he's like, "He just asked me to do it, so I did it," and he laughed, and like I felt good. Like even the thugs around him,
what the fuck?
And then everything he does to Harley Quinn, he beats the shit out of her. Yeah. He's a piece of shit, and he just warps the minds of everybody. Yeah. What he did to Jason Todd, I mean, dear God, insane levels of fucking depravity and just nastiness from the Joker. I mean, no one beats it. I mean, Barbara Gordon, he crippled Barbara Gordon, raped and crippled her. And then what he did to James into the Tunnel of Love. I mean, God. I mean, and then also one of the best voice actor portrayals. I mean, with Kevin Conroy's Batman, rest in peace. Mark Hamill's Joker. I mean, absolutely insane. But either way, I mean, there's no one more iconic than the Joker. So other than that, hey, what do you guys think of our top 10? Is there any DC villains that you think should be up there? Maybe more Batman villains? We tried to keep it less Batman. It's just Batman's Rogues Gallery is so iconic and good, but there's a lot of DC villains that deserve their prayers. I mean, Brainiac, Doomsday, Darkseid, Trigon, like all of them are awesome villains. It's just, you know, the best of the best. Deathstroke, Reverse Flash, like you just can't really beat those guys. So other than that, I think, you know, we're just gonna leave it there. Let us know what your top 10 in the comments. Let us know if you would have placed anybody differently, and maybe your number 1 is Reverse Flash or Lex Luthor. Maybe it's not the
Wrap it up.
Okay, wrapping it up. But we thank you for being one of the inmates here at the Asylum. Peace.